What's good, YouTube? It's your big homie D-Rock. Thank y'all for tuning to my channel. Back at it once again, dropping another video for y'all. Hey, if you're new to my channel, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Got a good topic for y'all. Before I get started, I would like for my new viewers to first click that like button. Alright, that'll help the channel to grow. And don't forget to click on that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell so that you'll be notified of any new videos that I drop here on YouTube, so you won't be missing out. Right, y'all. Alright. Y'all already know what I'm gonna be talking about, right? I'll be talking about this thought culture, this thought behavior of these modern women. Hey, ladies, this thought behavior, it's not it, boo. That is not the way for you to get a good man. It is not the way. You know, if you think that's the way to get a good man, you wrong. Cause a good man, they gonna look at you as a hoe, woman for the streets. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's all about how you carry yourself. A good man, a man who is a true man, a man of high value, right? You know, hey, he see you having these thoughtish ways, he's gonna avoid you. He's not gonna take you serious. He's not gonna cuff you. He's not gonna consider you a being wife material. You just a 304. You know what I'm saying? He probably fuck you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna smash. He probably smash, especially if you like a dime, you a 10, you know, and above. You know, yeah, he will definitely smash, but he's not gonna want anything serious with you. But it's story time. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I'm gonna share a little story with y'all. Alright, so when I got off work today, I went and ate at Longhorn Steakhouse over the east side of town of Richmond. So I'm at Longhorn Steakhouse, you know, just gonna get a little grub, you know what I'm saying. So I'm at the bar. So it was this white chick, you know. She was alright. She was from a scale of 1 to 10, she was like a 5, you know. But you know, I could tell that she grew up with black folks, cause like she had her hair like shortcut, like, you know, nice little style. She had like one side of her hair was red, and you know, and so I know I asked her, I was like, hey, is anybody sitting right here? Cause it was like 2 spots, you know, that was available right beside her. So she wanna play a little joke, trying to say that those 2 seats were occupied, you know, by her invisible friend, you know. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So, but she went on. She was like, nah, she's joking. And so she, you know, she had a kick, you know, she was laughing because she was like, she said, oh, you told me serious, you know. I was like, hey, you know, you never know these days, you know what I'm saying. So anyhow, long story short, went and took a seat. The bartender, so this the white chick, you know, she knew the bartender, whatever. Bartender was, you know, black joint, black female, you know what I'm saying, nice looking girl too. So the bartender was asking me, well, you know, what I want to drink, and so I already know what I want to drink, and I already know what I want to eat. So anyhow, the white chick, she let me know that she ordered the salmon. She already ate, but she like she had the salmon, and she said the salmon was bomb. So we was talking about the salmon. I was like, yo, I mean, that don't sound like a bad idea. But I just don't got a taste for salmon. I didn't have a taste for salmon at that time. But I told her, I was like, maybe next time I'm gonna order the salmon. But I just got a taste for this chopped steak, you know. So I was telling her that. So she was like, oh, she didn't know that they serve chopped steak. So I was like, yeah, I get that quite often. I either get that or the ribeye. So I just switch it up, whatever. So let the bartender know I want the chop steak. So I'm ordering it. Let her know how I want it cooked. I want mine medium well. That's how I like it. So anyhow, the white chick, she was like, oh, so you like your steak medium well. I was like, yeah. So then she was kind of like, yeah, she was like flirt with me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, let me know that she like her steak well done, rough and black, thick, rough and black, like how exactly how the way she loved her men. So she just looked at me, gave me like a little smirk. So I looked, I was just like, oh, for real. She's like, yeah. I was like, well, you don't. I like, yeah, I used to, you know, order my steak, well done, but you don't taste the flavor. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, oh, so you like some little pink? I'm like, well, yeah. So I was kind of like flirting back. I like it juicy. I like to taste the season. I like it juicy. This and that. So, so she laughing and everything. So I'm just flirting back. But, hey, y'all, fellas, you remember that one video I was telling y'all? The video I was talking about the high body count, right? So you remember at the end I was telling y'all that the way to find out if a woman has a high body count, allow her to talk, allow her to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what I did to this girl. Alright. And so moving forward with the story. So she was flirting with her brother, right? She was flirting. I was flirting back. And so like we first had a conversation. We were talking about the kids, the teenagers nowadays, because she let me know she have a 16-year-old son. Okay, she had a 16-year-old son. So she was saying that her son is well mannered. He, I guess he's a good student. Um, he don't hang around with the wrong crowd. He's not a follower. Uh, so she said he was, a great son, amazing son. So I'm like, okay, that's what's up. I like, hey, you know, kids like that, are very rare. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, yeah, she proud of him, this, that, and the third. But she also let me know that her son lived with his father. So her ex, I don't know if it was her ex-husband or I don't know if she was married, but anyhow, her ex, he's married, right? So son lived with the father. Her ex is married. So that already red flag. You know what I'm saying? You know, she don't really have full custody of the son. The father does. You know what I mean? And then she said her son is son's black, so she and the black dude. So anyhow, she over here trying to flirt, trying to shoot her shot in a way. She was asking me where I'm from. So, because she was like, yeah, I know you're not from Richmond, So I know you got to be from out of town. You from somewhere. I know you're not from here. So I'm like, no, not from Richmond. Richmond from Ohio. So she's like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I've been living in Richmond like, almost 12 years. So she said, she must live in Richmond the same amount of time. So I was like, letting her know, like, yeah, I just gotta get the fuck out of Richmond. This getting real old. You know, opportunities here limited. I just want to get the hell out. So she was like, oh yeah. She's like, what do you think about going? So let her know that I'm trying to relocate to H Town, Houston. You know what I'm saying? So, so she was like, yeah, Houston's nice. Cause I think herself, she wanted to relocate to Florida somewhere. So she getting, like I mentioned before, she's getting tired of Richmond. And so then she went on to talk about, about the men over here in Richmond. She was like, yeah, a lot of the men. She said a lot of the men are bitches, and so I was like, oh, for real? So she's like, yeah, she's saying that a lot of dudes be too worried about, about about the women, like who they sleep with, who they slept with, or who they fucking and all this and that. Like, so I was like, oh, for real? Like, damn. She's like, yeah, it be dudes. She was like, the dudes be like with her, like she'd be talking to certain dudes, and so she's like, yeah, this be some dude that she know while she out, trying to play the field, right? So she always see a dude that she know or that she has slept with, will will kind of intervene her talking to the next victim, might as well say, and like the dude would let the dude know, like, yo, this girl, she done slept with this many dudes, this and the third. So it's like she actually came out and said that, what I'm saying? Again, this girl, I don't even really know her. She don't really know me. This is our first time, like seeing each other, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm just sitting back listening, and I'm just like, damn, like I said, hey fellas, I just let her get comfortable, let her talk. These women, they let her talk. Once you let them get comfortable, right, and you showing interest of what they saying, what they talking about, oh, they gonna tell you more. So this girl, she was telling me more shit about her, and so yeah, so she pretty much let me know that she out there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like you got guys, coming into the areas you hanging out at. Cause then she was complaining about, Richmond. Damn, there's not that much to do. That you only could go to certain places, and but like for her, you know, the spot she be at, and she always everywhere she go, she end up coming across a guy that she know. She try to meet new guys, and some of these guys she called the fuck boys be blowing her spot up, and like pretty much exposing her, letting let the other dudes know that yo, this girl, she out there, she sleeping around, she a hoeing, So that's what she was pretty much telling me in a way, So I'm just like, damn. So I'm just saying to myself like, she for the streets. Now I'm just like I'm connecting the dots. Like now I probably know why her son, is with the father. You know what I'm saying? Like this chick, she out there. So we so she just telling about that. So I'm just like, well, damn. Like, well, that's crazy. Hey, I don't know. So she's like, yeah, she want to relocate. She just want to go somewhere where nobody don't really know her, so she could, you know, start new. So I'm just like, damn. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. Um, so then she was asking me, do I have any kids? I was like, nah, I don't have any kids. So she was like, what? How old are you? I told her my age. So she was like, well, what's up? I was like, hey, I just haven't, found the right woman yet. I'm just gonna wait on the right woman. She was like, well, yeah. So she was just telling me more. I think she only had a son. Yeah, I think she only had a son, and so yeah, she was telling about her son. Like, I think he has like a little girlfriend, but she know that her son's not sexually active yet. Because she always talk, to him and all that, and so, but he just do what teenage boys do, play sports and play video games, and so 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 she was like, hey, that's good. He ain't like these other dudes out here, these other teenagers out here screwing a bunch of females. So she glad that he's not like that. So I'm like, hey, that's good. That's a blessing. Then we were sitting there talking about, yeah, 'cause she was asked, she was talking about, you know, carrying a weapon, staying strapped out here. She was like, yeah, you gotta. You like, do you carry? I was like, yeah, I carry. For the most part, yeah, I do. She was like, yeah, she advised everyone to carry. There's too much going on, this, that, and the third. So I agree. So we was talking about that. But I ain't going into details with that. But moving forward. So yeah, so then she was like checking me out and everything. Like, dang, you pretty big. You big like a football player. Do you play football? You look like you played for the NFL, this and the third. So I was like, I played football in high school and all that, wrestled in college and all. But it's funny that you said that because I was like, one time I was in Atlanta, kicking it with my homegirl in Atlanta, and we went to this one restaurant in Atlanta called Copper Cove. So I said, like, the owner of that restaurant, he used to be a big drug dealer in Atlanta. So then she was like, and then that caught her attention when I said that. She was like, oh yeah, I think I need to get with him. So I'm just look. I'm like, yeah, but anyhow, so we about to go to the restaurant. He had his security. So the security, they saw me. So they thought I played in the NFL, So she was like, well, what did you say? She was telling me that I should have, like, rolled with it and everything. Like, sometimes you might need to do that. I was like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I should. But I told them, nah, I don't play the NFL. So they kept on asking me, like, you sure? Cause, like, shit, you big enough, you look like you do. So I was like, no, I don't. But anyhow, so... But yeah, but she was just like, yeah, you got, you pretty big, and yeah, you look like you play in the NFL, and this and the third. And I was just telling her, like, hey, I ain't been in the gym in a while. Like, I used to be, bigger and ripping shredded than this, but I won't get back to it. She's like, damn. So so she was telling me that she used to date a bodybuilder. So she was like, yeah, so will you be taking those powder shades protein? I was like, I used to mess with the powder stuff, but I'm staying away from that. I'm just gonna eat, natural foods. And she was like, powder, like, which powder are you talking about? Like, oh, you doing some powder? I was like, nah, nothing like that. Like, no, I don't fuck with no drugs. So she, she laughing and all that. And but then she let me know that she used to snort cocaine. She used to do that. She said she used to do that when she was in her 20s, whatever. Like, yeah, she did a bunch of shit. So that ass, I mean, I'm not even capping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even exaggerating. She flat out came out and said that. So I'm just like, damn. So I'm over here saying to myself, like, damn, this girl is out there, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. But again, as I'm saying, fellas, let these women get comfortable. They'll tell you everything. So I'm just like, damn. So I'm just sitting here, just recapping, like, damn, So this girl playing the field. She don't have custody of her son. Her ex had custody of her son. He remarried. And she used to be a drug addict. Pretty much. She used to snort cocaine and do other shit. And, so I'm just like, yeah, she out there. So, but it gets even crazier. So she let me know that she used to do the cocaine. So I just like, damn, I like, like, nah, I never fuck with no hard drugs like that. Only drug that I fuck with when I was young, another teenager, I used to smoke weed. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I mean, I had, my cousins back in Ohio, they used to deal weed, sell weed and all that. And shit, I remember going to my cousin's house, we playing PlayStation, and there was a big pile of weed right in the middle of the table, and one just roll up a blunt, we pass it, playing the game, somebody roll another one. I mean, we had like a fucking marathon, so I was high as a kite. I was so high that this went straight home blasted, My mom smelled that shit all over me. She flipped out on me, of course. And she was like, yo, you do that shit again, I'm sending you over to your dad. So I stopped doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, so that was like the only drug I did. You know what I'm saying? All this other shit, nah, I ain't even fuck with it. So, yeah, she was telling me she used to do all this shit. So I'm just like, damn. And the girl, like I said, she's like a 5. I mean, she thick, and so she was just like, she wanted me, to look at her. I mean, I was checking her out a little bit. So she was like, yeah, cause I was telling her like, yeah, I need to get back in the gym, get in shape. I got a little gut. So she like, oh, gut look nice. Hey, some women like that. Like men with guts. I mean, it's not bad. You just making a big thing out of it. It's not bad. I mean, I'm quite sure you could lose it in no time, but it's really not that bad. Like the rest of your body is big. You got some muscle and everything. It's not that bad. Some women like that. So, I mean, she was letting the bartender know. The bartender was like, yeah, so that she was agreeing and all that. So I'm just like, nah, I know for me, going to lose the gut. So what else? Oh, yeah, then she was talking about like, yeah, you should be Santa Claus this year. So I was like, he could be the Black Santa. I was like, oh, for real? Like, I don't even believe in Santa. She was like, well, I do. I want to sit on Santa's lap. I need me a Black Santa. You need to be Black Santa. So I'm just like, so, she over there flirting, trying to shoot a shot. I'm like, I peeped that. I'm just like, wow. So I was like, okay, yeah, you funny. So what else we talk? So yeah, she was like talking about all that. Then she asked me what side of town I live at. So I was like, yeah, I live on the West End right now. So she was like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah, can I kind of figure that I want to think you was living in the hood, like South Side and or the East End and all that. And I'm like, I used to live on the South Side. I used to live in Forest Hill. I also used to live in the East End. I used to live, in Shaka Bottom area, in the high rises. And yeah, like I've been all over Richmond. I never lived on North Side. So, so she was like, yeah, I figured that you wasn't, you didn't live like, like in South Side, like in the hood. I was like, well, Forest Hill got a couple bad areas, I didn't live too far from the bad area. But I pretty much like Forest Hill, it's just a central location and all that. So, so she was like telling about this dude that she's talking to that lives on the south side. And she said this dude from New York. She's like, yeah, he from New York. She's like, yeah, he quick to shoot people and this, that, and the third. You know, he a straight up thug. So she's like, yeah, you know, yeah, that's, you know, she's saying like that's her dude, this, that, and the third. So I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, a lot of cats from New York, like a lot of dudes from New York, you know. I'm like, you know, a lot of dudes from New York like to run their mouth. So she was like, but nah, you know, she's saying that, yeah, he backs it up, this and the third. I was like, yeah, it's like a lot of cats I know that's from New York just run their mouth. But, you know, I don't know too much about, you know, your dude, but I know a lot of dudes that I know. I know some people from New York, and a lot of them cats like to run their mouth. But, you know, I ain't throwing no shade, but, you know, it is what it is. I just call it like how I see it. But anyhow, but then she was telling me about the dude from New York. She was like, yeah, she only sees him like twice a week. And so she was like, you know, they don't have a serious relationship. They just, you know, they see each other twice a week. He comes by, see her twice a week, and every time they see her, they be fucking. You know what I'm saying? They smashing, and that's just what they do. But then she was like, then she told me that this dude, he just like fucking her from the back. Like he don't even want to look at her face. Nothing. He just want to smash from the back. So I was like, oh, for real? I'm like, so that's the only position he smashed you just from the back. He ain't so he ain't looking at you in the face or nothing. She was like, yeah. So I was just like, wow. And she was like, she don't understand, you know, why, you know. She was like, dude don't eat the box and nothing. He just hitting it from the back. So I'm just like, and I was like, you know what? Let me ask you this question. Like, have this dude ever been locked up? And she was just like, why, you know, you like the sixth or seventh person asked me that question. Like, everybody asked me that question. Like, why everybody asked? I'm like, I'm just saying, you know, because, like, this dude that smashed, he just looking at cheeks. Like, I mean, I know me as a dude, when I'm smashing, I'm fucking a girl, especially I'm hitting her from the back. Okay, I look at the cheeks, but I like to see your face and switch positions and shit. But this dude just smash you from the back and he ain't looking at your face. Like that just let me know. Like for one, okay, he obviously he don't really care about you. And then two, there's a little suspect, man. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, you really think he? I was like, shit, I don't, you know, this little, I don't know. Cause like me, myself, like, I'm smashing the chick. I mean, cause the girl, she thick. She got about, she was like, cause she was like showing her, you know, want me to see her body. She like, look, you know, she was like, yeah, you know, she was showing me like, hey, she got an ass. I mean, yes, yeah, you know, ass on her, she hips. I mean, yeah, breasts. But she was like, you know, she was saying that, you know, hey, you know, hell, you know, she's not ugly, she's not bad looking. I mean, like I said, she's like a 5. You know, so I gave her a 5. She was like, yeah, you know, she picked up a little weight. Yeah, she got a little gut. But the gut's not bad. You know what I'm saying? She ain't sloppy fat. I mean, she alright, she decent. But she was like, you know, she just don't understand why he not eating the box and what, so I pretty much understand why. Like, hey, you over here hoeing around. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the shit probably funky. You know what I'm saying? Her pH balance is off of, yeah, and then she also let me know, yeah, she said that this dude be hitting it raw. And so she was but she was like, she gets tested and everything, and she tests negative all the time. Like, she don't have nothing, but like she's the only dude she allowed to fuck her raw. But she don't know if this dude fucking other women raw, because he only see her twice a week. So this is what she telling me. So I mean, she telling me all this shit. No cap. I'm not even exaggerating or nothing. So she telling me all this shit. So I'm just like, damn, this girl 304 for real. 304. She for the streets. So I'm just like, damn. So yeah, she said this is the only dude she allowed to fuck raw. So I'm just like, hey, like I don't know, old boy seems a little suspect, yo. Cause I mean, I can't. I mean, I know me myself when I'm fucking a girl, and I'm hitting it from the back. Yeah, I like to see the cheeks, but I would like for her to look back at me. You know what I'm saying? I want to see her face. And I'm hitting from the back, and then I like shit. I like to, hey, put it on the side. I want to see the whole body, face. I mean, that's me. I'm quite sure a lot of dudes probably like the same way. I can't. I don't know, a dude that's who is straight just want to see cheeks and don't want to see the face. You know what I'm saying? Like the girl wasn't ugly and busted or nothing. She was decent. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he knows something about her, and I don't know. I mean, because again, the girl, she been out there, so I don't know. He dude probably have his reasons. I don't know, but yeah. So she let me know. She told me about that. So after she finished telling me, about her and old boy, she gets a call from a homegirl, and so she talking to her friend, her homegirl, whatever. I'm over here eating my meal, so I'm overhearing the conversation. She was saying that some dude is paged on done text her or whatever, or don't, I think done called her like probably a few hours ago or a couple hours ago before I arrived, saying that this dude or the dude saying that he's getting off of work early tonight and he want to come through and see her. So she telling her friend like, you know what that mean? Yeah, he must have a hard day, and he always like to come by when he have a hard day, and you know what he want, and she was like, girl, yeah, yeah, she over here trying to find, meet other dudes, but this dude always come through a lot, so and she was like, she just found it funny. He always like to come through when he having a rough day at work, or he want to leave work early to come kick it with her, and she like telling her friend, yeah, we be kicking it, so pretty much, I already know what's up. So I'm just like, I'm just like, damn, like this bitch is out there, yo. She 304 for real. So she got the phone with a friend. So she still continued to talk to me. Cause she already paid for her tab and all that. So I thought she was going to, eventually get up and leave. I'm still trying to finish up my food, I'm watching a little bit of the game or, watching a little bit of the game, whatever, and she's still just sticking around while they continue to talk. So I'm just saying to myself, like, damn, okay, I'm just overheard you telling your friend that, some dude supposed to be coming over, like, like, you gonna go home and do your thing with old boy, but she still trying to talk to me. So I'm just like, fuck, I'm just saying to myself, like, I already know, like, hey, old girl, pretty much want me to get the number, I don't know, want to do something, whatever. I was like, nah. After hearing all that shit, all the stuff she had, shared with me and all the stuff that I observed, like nah, I don't even want to. I don't even want to like smash. I don't want to even touch her. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she been ran through. You know what I'm saying? She been ran through. Like I don't want to touch her. But yeah, we were still talking. What else? We was talking about something like yeah, we was talking about like certain clubs, in the area, and we was talking about that. What clubs used to be in business and why they shut down, and how people are out of control. Richmond can't have nothing good. Just like any other major city, Richmond can't really have anything good. Somebody fucks it up. Somebody end up shooting, acting dumb. We was talking about all that, and so I was like, yeah, that's why I want to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But so we was carrying on talking about all that shit. So I'm on here paying my tab. I'm ready to bounce. I'm ready to go. So she was having a conversation with the bartender, and so they were talking. Pay my tab. About to get ready to go. So then she was like, I was ready to walk out. So she like grabbed me. She was like, "Well, hold up. Like, it was good talking to you, and it was nice being you and this and the third." So I'm like, "Hey, likewise, was good talking to you as well. It was nice meeting you too." So she just looked and just like staring at me. I'm just like, I just shook her hand, like, hey, good meeting you. Hey, enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe. Stay out of trouble. So she looked like, oh yeah, you did the same. So she's just looking. So I already knew, like, yeah, she was hoping I asked for the number. Like, nah, but hell nah, I'm not. Nah, bro, I'm not asking for the fucking number. Like, she a fucking thought. 304. She out there. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, this is the reason why I want to, do this video. Fellas, like, this shit actually works. If you want to find out a lot about a woman and you want to get a good general idea of what her body count is, like what I just explained to you, what I'm saying, what I just explained to you, how I did with this chick, that I spoke with this evening. Hey, just have a normal conversation, allow them to feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Once they in their comfort zone, they feel comfortable and they relax and they feel that they could trust you, man, they could tell you anything. They'll tell you everything you need to know about them. Or some they might not tell you everything, but they will tell you enough or more than enough about them, right? And you could put two and two together. You can pretty much, figure it out. But you gotta pay attention. And that's my thing. You gotta pay attention. Don't be over here just be looking at their body and thinking about smashing. Hey, these women, they will tell you what you need to know about them. And if they out there and they just got too many dudes, you just need to leave them alone. Because a lot of these women out here do play games, and they do find it entertaining when dudes are fighting over them. A lot of women like that shit, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it for a man fighting over a woman who's loose, who's out here fucking, everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be losing your freedom or your life over some thought. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I want to, share with y'all. If you like, if you like the content, you like what I just discussed and everything, like the video, share the video, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so right now. Subscribe. And don't forget to click that notification bell. Hey, if you want to leave a comment below, you know what I'm saying, feel free to do so. If you want me to speak on a certain topic, drop it in the comments below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, all my Instagram information is in the description box below. Hey, I appreciate all y'all love and support. One love.